Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. All right, I'm going to do some quick daytime readings here. Recording this a little quarter after 12 on the 10th of September, my lunch break. I'm going to be watching the presidential debates tonight and doing a live stream with Marina. It's going to be tricky to get readings done after that, so try and get them done during the day as I can. All right, Donald Trump on the news saying the GOP shouldn't pass budget stopgap without assurances on election security. And what's good's a Donald Trump quote without an all caps thing on Truth Social. If Republicans in the House and Senate don't get absolute assurances on election security, all caps, they should in no way, shape, or form go forward with a continuing resolution on the budget. Okay, so this is Trump messaging to members of Congress exactly how he feels on the measure. Apparently there are a handful of Republicans who aren't interested in including this unnecessary piece of legislation on what would otherwise be an ongoing carrying the budget forward. When it speaks volumes of the Republican Party that they can't even create a new budget, that they just keep the stopgap going. They don't want to do the homework. And two, they're hoping, according to this article on The Hill, and this would make sense, that they're hoping Trump gets elected. So in March, when the budget comes up again, they would have Trump as the president and presumably control of the House and Senate so they can pass whatever budget they wanted, which ought to be suitably horrific. But I want to read on the energy of Trump weighing in on the budget, because this is his way of bullying people. And for the Republicans who are thinking of not playing ball with the MAGA faction about including this unnecessary election security bill with it, how are they going to react to it? Okay. Now, the reason why this election security bill is unnecessary is because there's already states already have laws on the books to address election security, and there has been no proven widespread fraud on the elections. There is no widespread fraud, and certainly Trump and his team had all of the opportunity in the world to show it in 2020. 70 court cases or so, one victory which just cut the counting of votes from 7 days to like 3 days and lost every other court case. I think it was 62. But no, let's not exaggerate too much here. Thank you. Come on down. Let's look at the energy of Trump trying to bully Congress, especially Congress people who may not be supporting of this election interference, this election resolution they want to add on to it. This is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, people are on a crossroads here. He's forcing people to make a choice. You're on Trump or not. Now, mind you, he says this right after he says there will be retribution if I'm elected to anybody who did not fully support me. So, the line in the sand is being drawn here. And what do we have? It's Queen of Pentacles. It's about the budget and keeping the budget going, keeping America funded, versus the Trump values and the Trump agenda here. There's an extra thing I want tossed onto this because it'll be valuable for me in the election. Are you with me or against me? And the cross is the justice card. That's not how Congress is supposed to work. Presidential candidates aren't supposed to be telling Congress what to do. Congress is needing to do what they need to do on it. It's an injustice, and in some ways, it puts those congressmen and women who may not normally support this bill in a hard position. But you know what? That's where your party is these days. Where do you stand on all this? Interesting, because this card flipped up when I was overhand shuffling the deck. In the past, you got the Nine of Cups. Trump can sit here and dictate whatever he wants. It shouldn't impact Congress, but it does anyways. In some ways, this is about interference and him interfering with Congress. I don't know if there's any laws on the books that would prevent him from doing that. This is also, once upon a time, the Republicans in Congress being in charge, being in lockstep, and doing what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. Current situation now is the strength card. You don't have that independence with a candidate like Trump. You have to decide, are you going to stick to sanity, or are you going to cave and go with the group? Overarching energy is the Nine of Wands. And here's the thing. If you cave into Trump on this is right before the election. People aren't going to forget. If the budget doesn't get passed, people are going to know that you were part of the problem, not part of the solution. Again, if you agreed at this time, what's Trump going to ask for next on this? You know, it's interesting. We have a couple of nines here. I thought I read a story saying 6. Could be as many as 9 Republican congressmen are just, congresspeople, are not on board with this. It should be way more than that, but just throwing it out there. The lesson to be learned, it's about integrity, illusions and delusions. Who's making the decision? Are you making the decision? Is Trump making the decision? You should be basing your decision on what's going to best represent your constituents. That's who's supposed to be voting for you, but these aren't normal times. Just saying. The outcome is the King of Cups. The emotional maturity or immaturity. Trump is emotionally immature. And there's no two ways about that. What are you going to do? Are you going to follow the emotionally immature man? Or are you going to stick to your values? And here's the thing. The Republicans have to grow a spine. They have to show strength. And that seems to be in very short supply in the Republican Party these days. Somebody posted up on the Twin channel that the soft focus on my camera is messing with their eyes, and I shouldn't be so vain about my age. First off, I really don't care about my age. Second off, I think I look pretty damn good for my age. Third off, I have no control over the dang focus on this camera. Lord knows. I have tried playing with the settings because I don't like it being so dark in the background. I'd like the background to be a bit more lit up. But the camera autofocuses, the camera auto dims. I got no control over it. So if it's a soft focus, Linda G always teases about the soft focus because it makes her look younger. By the way, happy birthday, Linda G. Apparently, somebody messaged Gary and said, oh, it's Linda G's birthday on September 10th. Don't forget to wish her a happy birthday. So, happy birthday, Linda. In case you're watching this, of course, I'll post this up on the 11th, so it'll be happy belated birthday, Linda. Go over to her community page and wish her a happy birthday. All right. So, will the Republican Party, will the people that would normally be holding out and just being rational about the budget, saying, no, you're not attaching this, are they going to cave into Trump's demands? Remind you, just as a reminder, it's 2 months to the election. Less than 2 months to the election. Will they cave? King of Wands. This is going to be a little four-carder here. They got to make a decision. Got to be the mature folks in the room and make your decision. You got the Four of Wands, the Temperance, the Six of Coins, and the Four of Cups. You have to make a decision, and they're in a no-win situation here, because if they don't do it, Trump will trash on them. If they do it, then their constituents may trash on them. Underneath it all is the Temperance. This is kind of like, how do I placate the man baby and, get the budget passed without pissing off my constituents? Will they cave? You got the Four of Wands and the Six of Coins. Opening day and making it, I don't think they will. There's like some compromises that are made here. And it might just be one of those things that they go ahead and say, fine, we'll vote one time to get this through to the Senate, and then we'll let the Senate kick it back to us, and that's the only time we're going to try and do this. So what do I think is going to happen? It looks like to me that there'll be Republicans. They don't have a big majority to do this, but enough, some of them, if not enough of them, and likely enough of them, will, that was a word salad, will say, fine, we'll include your stupid election security on this. We'll kick it to the Senate, who will just look at us, roll their eyes, and send it back to us. And then we're not gonna carry on with this. They're not gonna let the government shut down on an election year. Okay, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. That's what I throw on that. Will they manage to get the continuing budget passed on time? Now, obviously, budgets aren't really exciting people these days. We've got the debate that's happening, and I'll do a reading now. I'll do a reading later tonight on the post-debate energy, because that's going to be an interesting one for sure. And again, I'll be on Taco Tuesday with Marina starting at 8 o'clock Pacific time, which is 11 o'clock Eastern time. Sorry for the late start, but the presidential debate does go from 6 o'clock to 7:30 Pacific time. And then that gives you a half an hour to gather yourselves and us to gather ourselves and get that podcast going. All right. Will they pass this budget on time? Poor Carter. 5 of Wands. Oh, the argy-bargy. The drunken hillbilly brawl card. Got the World. Yeah, they will. There may be some last-minute negotiate. It's going to go right up to the wire again, just like the last time. They're going to rush this damn thing through. You know, they're gonna make life hell for the Senate and for Biden. They're gonna make sure Biden doesn't get his beauty rest. Will they get it done on time? Yeah, but they'll be working on it up until the very last minute. They're gonna delay this thing right until the last minute. It could be a very similar, and I think I got this before. This could be a very similar situation where they get it to the Senate, and then the Senate has to do its procedural stuff, and they may not be able to get it approved prior to the deadline. So you would have like another one of those mini government shutdowns where it's shut down over the weekend or something like that. But it's just kind of you can imagine the senators are just livid because this is just pure stupidity that they have to deal with. This is all, showmanship by MAGA Republicans in the House that don't take their job seriously. All right. How's Trump going to react if this budget gets passed without that? I mean, is it just the theatric? In some ways, this just feels like Trump is trying to do a power play. You know, if they send it to him with it the first time, he might be pleased enough with it, and then he could trash on Congress all he wants for not putting election security, because he doesn't want election security things put in place, because then he can't say the election was stolen. On the other hand, he wants to talk about election security stuff being put in place to feed the narrative that the election's stolen. You know what I mean? Okay, will Trump be pissed if this thing goes through without the election thing on it? 2 of Cups, agreements. No, I don't think he will be. I think they'll be doing exactly what he wants them to do. Yeah, it's one of those things, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't with Trump on this one. If you pass it through, he'll praise how, the Republicans did this to stop those lying, cheating Democrats from stealing the election. And if the Republicans don't do it, he's going to say the lying, cheating Democrats stole the election by blocking this proposal. And that, the Republicans that voted against it, they need to, they'll be part of the retribution tour. So Trump realizes he's in a no-lose situation by demanding this. You'll give me fealty, and if you don't, you run the threat of retribution when I'm in there, and you know what's coming. So it's up to you to do what you do on this. But at the same time, if they don't do it, he's got excuses. He can play both sides of it. Central Neath is the hermit card. Yeah, no matter what decision Congress makes, he'll be able to shine. He'll be able to play this forward here. MAGA will celebrate it, and he'll again say that he's going to overcome. He's going to overcome despite the do-nothing Democrats forcing the budget through, and the Republicans not showing enough courage. And when he's in charge, they'll have the courage that they need. Stuff like that. It's just more garbage, different day. So this is just theatrics. It's just theatrics. There's nothing to this. I don't think that the Republicans are going to shut down the government, and there's no way the Senate and the presidency are going to sign off a bill with this thing attached. So now it's just another game of chicken. And I hope the senators sleep in the morning that the budget's due. Don't bother going in early to work, because the House Republicans won't pass this until the 11th hour anyways, and the Senate's going to have to be up late. So you might as well, sleep in and take a nap so that you're refreshed and ready to go when it finally does come through. Entertainment purposes only. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.